What is going on, YouTube? Hey, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm in the shop and we're working on the boat. I've got my Garmin Livescope is installed. The Livescope's not here yet. We got to pull some more wire for the Garmin Livescope because apparently you have to oversize your wire for your Garmin Livescope. I think 8 gauge is a little bit of an overkill. But that's what they recommend. No farther than I'm running it. I'm running it from right here to back here to the battery, which is only like 15 feet. But I'm going to run it anyway. They said I could have got away with 10 gauge, but heck, I was already ordering it. Why not go ahead and order the 8? I mean, it'll be there. You can't go wrong with bigger wire anyway. So, with that being said, I also ordered some of these gold-plated connectors, which I have some over here. I'll show you what they look like when they're installed. So basically, the wire goes in. They have a Allen head nut right here, like that. You just peel the wire back, put the wire in, clamp that down on there. I ordered these for my trolling motor a while back because I was having issues with the connectors that were on here that were just crimped. And since I've ordered those, I have had 0 issues. And they're really cheap too. They're gold plated. So that is issue number 1 that we are taking care of on the boat. I'm gonna pull the wire. I've already got a wire pulled through here, so we don't have to worry about nothing. I'm just gonna tape onto it and I'll pull it back through, which I bought a pull tape anyway if I needed it, but I don't. But on to issue number 2 that I found. And this is something that you guys would be interested in even knowing, I don't know. But I removed my, I think it's the OHV is what they call it. It's the automatic oiler, which I'll show you what it looks like. That is the automatic oiler, and basically it was sitting right back here. It has 2 wires, which you can see right here. This is the alarm for your low oil shutoff. It ran from right here and it came through up here, came through this mesh wire and goes in here. And there's 2 wires that's connected right here. I just disconnected those. So when I went to try to pull it back, it wouldn't pull back, so I ended up just cutting it. But it's disconnected here, and it's also cut back there. But that removed the oiler. I also had to remove the oil line that was going in here. I capped it and put something over it in case somebody ever wants to use it again. But that's mainly just in case someone wants to use it again. I capped the oiler on it. My issue, and you're probably asking, Taylor, why would you take the automatic oiler out of your boat? Well, if the automatic oiler ever does go out, I'll be buying a new motor. So it's just easier for me to mix my own oil. Now, that being said, that's not why I'm removing it. The thermostat on this thing, when I start up, it is just dosing this thing with oil. I mean, I'm talking tons. It looks like a mosquito fog repellent machine. This thing just runs so smoky. So by me mixing the oil in the gas myself, I won't have that issue anymore. I keep fouling plugs. This thing runs really, really, really rich anyway. And I want to run a 50-to-1 ratio. That's what this motor calls for. This is a 92 Johnson 175. So if you guys want more detailed information on how to remove the OHV oiler on your boat, leave a comment down in the bottom. And I will do a step-by-step process of how I did it and show you guys. But on to the third, and what I think might be the biggest issue with my boat at the moment is right here. Where did the prop go? Well, let me just show you. Let me just show you where my prop's at. So, it is right here. Boom. Wait, that's 2. What's going on? Let me show you. My prop. And if you can tell, we have had a little bit of an issue. I must have hit something last time I went out catfish fishing. I haven't been out fishing in my boat in like a month now. The last video that I did in my boat, I will link right here. And it was catfish fishing at night. It was an awesome time. We had a great time, but apparently not only did I break my transducer, which I have that fixed too, I must have hit something. So I got on, I didn't even realize that I did this. I just noticed this the other day, and I'm glad that I happened to look at it. So I pulled this off, got all the numbers off of it, got on eBay, and I found this right here. It's an identical prop, same prop as this one, same numbers. It's a shooter 4. this thing is the exact same prop. So what we're gonna do is install that baby on here. Oh, all right, so we got missing prop, got a new prop, got it off eBay. So I got all the numbers off there, got on eBay, checked it out. I was like, looking at it, they were all like 400 bucks. I was like, geez, ran across this one. Said brand new, never worked. Just didn't need it anymore. Wanted $150 for it. Well, me being me, I went ahead and shot him a $100 offer, and he counter-dollared it with $120, and it was $15 for shipping. I got a brand new stainless steel prop for 135 bucks, people. $135, and that baby was delivered to my door right there. I'm not going to show you that because it'll give away my address, but there it is. So we're going to install that thing. So one more thing I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to pull these wires today. I'm going to put that prop on. I'll show you guys the final product on that one when we're finished, but I'm gonna do this. So right now my batteries just flop around in here. They have for a while. I'm gonna get some of the battery boxes. We are gonna mount 2x4s in the floor and put the boxes in here. We're gonna parallel this battery to another battery side by side. This is where my oiler used to be. You can tell it's nasty. It really wore a hole in the floor. We're gonna parallel this battery with another one just for the simple fact that we are going to be running the Garmin Livescope, which is right here, which is freaking awesome. I got my cap put on. This sucker's painted and it is ready to go. I've got some freaking awesome pliers that I ordered. They're right here. They'll be just easy to grab, easy to use. You can use them anywhere, but these things are awesome. They're aluminum. They are Pacifisun. I have reached out to Pacifisun to see if I could get some kind of I wouldn't say sponsorship, but maybe to try out some of their products. I don't want them for free. I would pay for them. The Pacifisun stuff, I really like it. I want to try it out. So hopefully one of these days they'll get back with me. I've heard back from them like 3 or 4 times. I had to fill out some paperwork. I may not have enough of a social media following yet, so maybe work in the process later. We'll see, but it would be cool. But anyways, I got that all set up. Oh yeah, I also have my awesome little snips for cutting my braid, which these will cut braid too, so not gonna need these so much. And I bought my RoboCup drink holders. So yeah, everything just seems to be coming together. I also did one other thing. I replaced all the spark plugs on my boat, and let me show you why. So these are pretty much brand new. I haven't had them very long. They're really not that dirty, honestly. I mean, they're dirty, don't get me wrong, they're dirty. They're not as dirty as I was expecting, but they're dirty enough to foul the plug for some reason. I have a miss in my motor, and I'm hoping that this takes care of it. That is why I also took out the OHV oiler. Now that you see those, that's why. It's over oiling, and oil is just killing my motor. I'm going through plugs like crazy, let's just put it that way. So yeah, let's get busy. I'm going to put these wires from here up to here right now. All right, so here's what we got. This is my old wire I had. I'll have to show you the size of the wire when I get it out. I've already taped it up, but got my red and my black hooked up right here. And this is already ran up front. So now what we're gonna do is grab a hold of that black wire, just pull that thing. There's a ton of room right here in this hole as it goes down through here, so I shouldn't get hung up on anything. That's one thing I love about this boat. One thing I don't like, single axle trailer, 19-foot boat. Wished it was a double. So one day we may be upgrading trailers, but let's pull this cable. All right, so that was super simple. I've got both 2 wires right here now. They have come up through there. I just brought them out here so I could stand here and undo them. But here's what you can tell here. So this wire should have been big enough. It should have been big enough to run that Livescope, but they recommend 8, so why not do it, huh? So I got rid of this thing. I've got an orange pull cable right there. When I go and run my Livescope wire, up to the front, I'm gonna tie this thing on instead of that orange deal. I'd rather have this wire in there than that extension cord. And then I'll have a spare cable up there, 3 of them. There's 3 wires in this thing. There's a red, blue, and a black. But as you can tell, I got a ton of leftover cable here. We will roll this up and put it in here for right now. I don't think that I need any more up front. Really, this should be plenty. But oh yeah, project number 1 for the day, done. We're gonna get this boat in tip-top shape before too long. I'm ready to go test run it. Since I removed that oiler, put new spark plugs in, I also got a new gas line. I put a new gas line on right here. So from here, oh, I got a new bulb. So we put a new bulb on it. So yeah, I've done so much stuff to this boat. It's been sitting for a month now, and I've been just working on it when I have time, which time is becoming an essence here. I'm having a difficult time finding time these days. That's why we're doing an update on the boat, because I haven't had time to shoot a video, but hopefully this week we will get one shot. Also, leave a comment down the bottom if you want to see how to remove, you can see the line right here from when we taped it. We did a wet sand. I'm going to redo my whole boat. I'm going to wet sand the whole thing. Can you see the oxidation? If you guys want to know how to do that. But look how much better that looks. I mean, you can tell how shiny it is compared to not shiny. Which this needs hit another time, but this is so much smoother than this right here. Of course, this right here is from the tape we put. Don't recommend doing that, but you can just tell from right here to right here, it's just so much different. All right, we got project number 1. Let's move on to the propeller, baby. This right here just kind of sits on it. This is a brass nut. And the brass washer. This thing right here just slides on, goes in the grooves, fittings made up perfect. Now the opposite order, washer and the nut. Took 2 hands. I wanted to make sure this was in the middle. So I had to hold the nut in place while I tightened it down. Now another thing is, you don't really need to tighten this too tight. I'm probably gonna put a little wrench on it, tighten it down just 1 turn. But we have a hole right there. This thing goes over like so. We'll have to turn to match those holes up, and a pin, cotter pin goes through those. This was the old cotter pin. It will not be reused. So I'm not gonna be able to finish that today. I gotta buy a cotter pin, but we are gonna tighten the propeller down, and I will get a cotter pin. We'll get one ordered, or we'll find one today or tomorrow. It shouldn't be an issue. Cotter pins are pretty easy to find, but I want a stainless one. This one over here that we had is definitely not a stainless, and it rusted out. So I'm glad that I actually hit something, because I would have ended up losing the whole prop. But since I hit something and dented it, I found it and took it off, and we're good now. I'm gonna take that other prop that I have over there, the one that's bent, I'm gonna send it off to get it worked on. I'm gonna have it looking like brand new, and it will hang, I don't know, maybe right up there somewhere. And it will be a backup prop for emergency use only. So new prop is on, it is installed, and man, does it look good. I gotta get that cotter pin to go in that hole. But that's something I know I got to do, and I will get that ASAP, because I'm ready to go run this thing. I think I'm going to go run it. I get off tomorrow. I think I'm going to take it out tomorrow. So I don't know if we'll catch any fish or not. The water's still so high in Oklahoma. I don't know that we're going to actually catch any fish, but we can at least go out and run it. I want to see if it's missing or if it's running good. If it's running good now. I do need to get some more oil, and I'm gonna put some more gas in it. I basically didn't know exactly how much gas that I had in my boat, but I knew that I had enough oil to go with the gas that I did have, so I just dumped all the oil in there. If I foul the plugs one more time, that's not a problem. Until I get the mixture where it needs to be. I'll over oil it before I under oil it, that's for sure. Let's just put it that way. I'll take replacing spark plugs all day long over replacing a motor, because this motor goes down, we're out of business, people. Out of commission. So we'll be fishing pump back, taking this motor off. This will be a pump back boat when this motor goes out. And I'll buy a new boat whenever I can, which it might be a while. Really need a new truck, but I would probably take a boat over the truck. All right, so that is basically all I've got for you today. I want to touch base a little bit on the 8-gauge wire on the Livescope. I finally got a little breeze blowing through here. It was so still and it was hot. That's why I put 2 garage doors on, north-south, get a good breeze through here. Today the wind has been dead on me, but it's starting to blow a little bit, so it feels really good. The reason that I ran the 8-gauge wire for the Livescope transducer, so if you guys are Livescope owners, and you guys can leave a comment in the bottom and let me know if I'm right or wrong, but I heard through the grapevine, I had a buddy hit me up. He said that he was losing batteries. It was draining his batteries, that it was sending like an overcurrent or something, and it was just zapping the batteries. And so he actually took his and ran his to a Milwaukee drill battery set, and he takes his Milwaukee drills out. The M18 extended batteries, they're tiny, and it's amazing what he's done with it. They're just so small, but he ran it for 5 hours the other day off just like a drill battery, a Milwaukee built drill battery, and said he had no issues, still had 4 bars on the drill battery. I just couldn't believe it, because we're all running 12-volt DC, we're running actual boat batteries, paralleling them together. And we got these big, huge batteries. He's out here figured it out on, of course, this guy's a genius. He works in a nuke plant, and he's an engineer, and dude's brilliant. He also owns sea lights, like you see on the boats at work, like the boats you see at Bass Pro Shop that have the big floodlights on them. He owns that company. But yeah, this dude knows what he's talking about, and he did it. And because I was telling him about the 8-gauge wire, and he's like, "That's stupid. You don't need no 8-gauge wire." And he's like, "You don't even need 10. You could probably get by with 12." He's like, that's what they run in the black box. But I've heard a lot of people say that they are getting an overcurrent or undercurrent or something that's draining the batteries really easily on the Livescope transducer. Yeah, the transducer, the black box. Your Garmin unit, which is just the Garmin unit, it doesn't really matter. But the black box seems to be draining the battery. So that's why I went with 8-gauge wire. So if you have this issue and you are draining batteries, factory spec with the sheet, I've got the sheet, if you're running at so many feet, which most boats you could get away with 10 gauge. I ran 8 just because I like to overdo things. You can't go wrong with bigger wire. But if you're having that issue and your batteries are draining, that could be why. So that might be something that you want to look into. So that's my tip for the day. That's what this video is going to be labeled. But really, it's just a boat walk down. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's my boat. Some of the issues we've got with the boat, how I've repaired them. And leave some comments down below and let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see me come in, strip all the gel coat down to a polish to make it look beautiful, just like, you can't quite see it. Way up here. You can see that shiny spot right there. Just like that shiny spot. Oops, right. There it is. Yeah. So, because that's probably going to be my next venture, is going to be stripping down the gel coat. So that's all I got for you guys today. You guys have a blessed day. And till next time, don't forget, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.